Hey, this is Russ. Oftentimes I'll get people ask me, what do you do with the bikes that these companies give you? Well, a number of them are still in the house, right? Yeah. But a number of them have actually been sold too. Yeah. Either they're models that were last year's models and the new models are coming in. So you sell off the old ones, get ready for the new ones. Or they're one-off type bikes that maybe you haven't been working with this company much longer and you figure, well, we should move it on so we can get some space. So a number of the bikes do get sold to people. Yeah. But on occasion, I will get relatives or friends who will ask me, you have any bikes available? I know somebody who's looking for one. Yeah. This becomes a little bit of a dilemma, all right? Because I don't like selling bikes unless I kind of know, what type of bike are they really looking for? How big are they? Would this particular bike fit them? I really don't want people to buy bikes that won't fit them if they're too big, that type of thing. So recently I had someone ask me, do you have any bikes available? And we need two, and these are inexperienced riders. And they gave me their heights and their weights and the like. So I'm looking at the current inventory of what's in the house and I'm saying, is there anything that I have that I'm willing to let go and move on that would fit them? And there's really only two bikes that really I think would fit. All right, and that would be the magicycle Jaguarundis. Now, these Jaguarundis that we have are the ones that we typically take when we go on trips. All right. So, but we haven't gone on any trips this past year that required us to take those bikes. So they're just kind of sitting in the garage, and we have double batteries for them as well. So I kept thinking about this, and I says, do we really need those bikes any longer? And or should we just move them on and clear up even 2 additional spaces where we can put other bikes in those spots, right? But then I kept thinking, if I sell those bikes off, then we don't have bikes that really would fit in the rear rack of our SUV, because the Jaguarundis are a little bit lighter in weight, and so putting 2 of those lighter weight bikes on the back car rack is actually better than putting 2 heavier bikes on the back of the car rack. You see what I'm saying? So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma. Now, not only that, but I have another person who has told me that they're interested in a bike that might fit that description too. So I have 2 people, I should say 2 parties, who are actually interested, potentially interested in that particular style of bike. 20-inch fat tire bike, foldable, so they're portable. And then I kept thinking too, they're actually the only folding bikes I still have available. Well, okay, I take that back. I still have the electric bike, yeah. So the XP, so that one's still here. But I want to keep the XP for a while. It's new to me, and I haven't ridden it much at all because it came in during the end of the season. I want to ride it again next season. Now, of course, they may have updated versions. I don't know when that's going to happen. But I still want to hang on to the XP because it's essentially a brand new bike for me. All right. So that only leaves those other 2 for folding bikes. Now, the reason I kind of like the folding bikes is because if we go on a trip, if Mrs. Wright and I go on a trip, I could either put it on the back rack or I can put both of those bikes inside the SUV. I could fold them up and stick them in there. We've done that before. In fact, one time we went to Wisconsin, we went to Door County, and we couldn't bring the bikes into the hotel. I should call it a motel, really. They didn't want you to bring it into the room, okay? You could charge your battery indoors, but they didn't want you to bring the bikes into the room. Really, it's the batteries that's the issue, not the bikes. But they were more concerned with you damaging the inside of the room with your bike. So we didn't want to leave it on the back of a car rack, okay? So we stuck them inside the SUVs when we were done riding them and locked up the car, okay? So those are the only 2 bikes we have that can do that at this point, short of the electric XP. Plus, I have double batteries for them too. So in a sense, if you think about it, I really don't want to sell those bikes off, but I do have 2 people who have a need to get bikes, and I said I could move them on and clear some space, and Mrs. Wright would be all in favor of that, but I kind of kept reminding her we kind of need those bikes ourselves as well, even though we have a lot of bikes in the house, all right? But those are the only two that'll fold up and fit in the van if we ever go someplace and we want to do that again and not leave it on the rear rack of the car. So, so the question is, what do I do? Do I sell them? Do I keep them? Right? Now, the two of them would probably fetch a certain amount of money. Plus, there's double batteries for both of them. So I'm thinking, I can't sell them. I can't sell them. As much as I would like to clear the space for more bikes coming in, I can't sell those two particular bikes. Plus, they're the 52 volts versions of it. You know, the Jaguarundis have gone down to the 48 volt versions now. So they're a little more powerful than the 48s. Not much. In fact, you don't really notice it much, really. I think the 52s have just a little bit more ability to go up the hill a little bit better, but not much. You know, very little. They're almost pretty much the same. Very close, at least. So that was my dilemma, and I think I've basically decided I have to keep them. Yeah, I have to keep them. I got no option. Yeah, I wish I could move them on. It would help at least one or two, or at least one of the two people. It would solve their problems. It would fit them perfectly because they need smaller bikes, but I don't have them at this point. So I kind of feel bad that I can't offer that to them. I do have two bikes up right now for sale for anyone who wants them, want to come pick them up in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I have the Magicycle Deer 26-inch step-over version. That's the full suspension version bike. It's at an extremely good price because I know it's hard to sell it in the wintertime, but I got to move things out. So that's available if you're interested in that. Go check the russisright.com site. Take a look at pricing on that, okay? And I also put up the U-Free Stellar Falcon mid-step model. That's the red bike, okay? Because I still have the brown one, which is a step through. Between the two, I'm going to tell you, I like that red one better as far as the color. Looks better, too, to me. But the step through fits me better, and it also fits Mrs. Wright better. So we can switch between the two of us with that bike more so than the red one. So, you know, we could take those two bikes on trips if we wanted to because they're identical type bikes. But again, we only have one battery each of those. So I'm actually better off with those folding bikes at this point. But if you have a need for that, take a look at the russisright.com website too. See if you're interested. Now, do I have any other bikes available? I think I may put up the mooncool cargo bike soon. I'm still debating on that. If you have an interest in the mooncool cargo bike, this is the orange one, okay? Not the trike, all right? The cargo bike, all right? Let me know if you're interested, and then I'll try to figure out a price for that. I haven't put it up there yet because I kind of figured, well, I only have one cargo bike right now. The Hauchi Camel got sold off, so I don't have that anymore, but I still have the mooncool. And then I was thinking, you know, what else would be able to be sold? I think that's basically it. I mean, I still have the freedare Eden. That's the step-through version from freedare, but I like that bike. So I'm thinking, you know, should I sell that one off? I don't know. Because it's only a one bike from one company. I don't have multiple bikes from that company. So that's why I kind of keep it. Plus, I kind of like it. Yeah. Okay, let me just say this. If you're looking for a pretty good a bike to consider, look at that bike. All right. That's from freedare. Just go to the links that are in my description of the videos. You'll see links to the freedare site. And take a look at their bike. You know, they actually offer a pretty good bike for the money. Anyway. All right, that's basically my own problems. There's my own dilemma to try to work through. More bikes will be coming in eventually, but I just don't have any more at this point that I'm willing to let go of, even though I should. I really should. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Let me know in the comments below what you think I should do, whether it's worth keeping the bikes or should I get rid of them. What do you think? Based on the things I've told you, you know, folding bikes, whatever. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys next time.